Question is, how do I deal with loss, and what can I learn from it? Oh, that is a really good thing. Good question. Actually, yeah. How do I deal with loss? Okay, yeah. Uh, like maybe just like that, na. Ki, let me tell you something about my ground situation. All right. So I am 31, living with my parents, not earning any money. Okay. I was doing a job. Okay, I had a job. I left the job. Okay. I have two job, by the way. Like basically, at the age of 24, I started doing job. Okay, yeah, 24 to 20, 23 to 27. Yeah. In between them, I switch one job. Like basically, I did two job. Okay, yeah. Um, None of them are kind of like a something really match with the things that I want and whatever. Okay, yeah. So my ground situation, as I mentioned earlier, that I'm not earning any money. By the I'm doing YouTube, okay, and I have 1,140 something subscriber. Okay, yeah. Well, it's not like no, I'm not really earning any kind of like money from the YouTube. Okay, yeah. By the way, I also make a lot of mistake while creating content on YouTube platform. Okay, yeah. First of all, I like it's a okay. How do I tell you? It's like how much losses that losses means like what exactly losses are? Losses means like that financial losses or time losses or just example is this thing. Till the age of 31, what would you supposed to expect to be person that could do? Okay, like at least had a job, or at least had a job. Okay, yeah. Or kind of like a something married or something like that. Okay, I am none of them. Like I don't really have any job. I am not really earning any money. So probably I am in the loss, right? Yeah, I'm dealing with the losses, by the way, but I learn lot of them. I learn lot of things from my loss, from my mistakes, and everything. uh well okay, there is one specific that I wanted to mention. It's kind of like a something impact me a lot of thing. All right, yeah. But like before this thing, I wanted to mention about my life and what exactly my things and everything. All right, yeah. So let's come through a shot. All right, yeah. So like since the teenage, I always wanted to be filmmaker. Yeah, like I was bit really fascinated about the filmmaking things. I wanted to know how this filmmaking works and something like that. Okay, yeah. Um, then somehow it became something really passion. I wanted to be a kind of like a something make a career into the film. All right, yeah. But for me, it's not gonna possible because I'm not living in a Bombay. Another thing is that if I want to be a filmmaker, obviously I have to go to the Bombay. I don't really have any kind of like some people who live in there, and as also money required to live in Bombay. It's I don't really have it. Neither my parents have it. Okay, yeah. Like what I'm trying to tell you is this thing living in a Bombay required at least like 1 lakh rupees per year, like it include rent and everything. So probably is this thing that I don't know, I don't really have that kind of like a something money and something like that. So one of my friend is actually suggests that why don't you kind of like do a job, okay, and simultaneously do your filmmaking. Make sure that you have to do a job in a Bombay. Okay, yeah. So yeah, like this is my initial plan, and that's it. So I was started doing a job. So I got a job, but unfortunately I didn't really get a job in a Bombay. I got a job in Nagpur. All right, yeah. By the way, it's a very privacy violation, but yeah, I didn't really get a job in Bombay. I got a job in Nagpur. All right, yeah. Then Then I was started doing a job. Okay, yeah. I My plan was that let's get experience from this job and use that experience to move to the Bombay and like basically find out any work, any which company which kind of like a something managed to get a job in Bombay. That's it. Already, yeah. I'm not really kind of like expecting a lot. I'm just kind of like a somebody get a job in Bombay. That's it. So I was actually doing this job, okay, in this Nagpur, and I got 1 year experience. After I got 1 year experience, I tried to switch, okay, like Pune or Bombay. I was trying many more company, okay, yeah. None of them work. Yeah, like I try like a monster.com, naukri.com, linkedin.com. Okay, I also reach out to the company too. Okay, yeah, but still the main crux that why I didn't really get a job is because of that graduation. Okay, I haven't really done my graduation by the way. Okay, yeah, like I just did my engineering diploma. It's not a degree; it's a diploma. Okay, yeah, and that's it. Why I didn't really did my engineering degree? I am not really good with padhai and things like that. It's like nothing really at all. Yeah, I'm being really honest by the way, but it's like I'm not really good. Okay, like basically, is this thing 3 year of diploma took me 5 year to complete. So you could judge me, and this is a diploma by the way. If I'm talking about the degree, then probably no. So I haven't really done my degree. I haven't really done my graduation. So I was kind of like a something just like basically I was not kind of like something expecting, but it's just like that na ki if you want to go to the Bombay and get a job in a Bombay, at least you would require kind of like a something professional candidate. Okay, that professional candidate must be graduated from some sort of college, and then he had this kind of like a GP and something like that. But I don't really have it, so it's been really fucked up. Okay, yeah, but somehow I got a job. Okay, yeah, which is kind of like a something like design company, and it is kind of like something really good. Okay, yeah, so I thought that the previous company that I'm doing it is not really good, but design is kind of like a something really a market. It's kind of like a something job that I'm doing, that market really required that kind of like a something people. Design means a CAD modeling designer, okay, a computer aided design modeler. So I was got a job and I was doing that job for 2.5 years. Okay, yeah. In this particular job I was not really good at. Okay, yeah, like I barely learn all those things, but still it's just like that na ki I always have passion for filmmaking, always have passion for creating things and something like that, and this kind of like a corporate job are sucking me a lot. Yeah, that I already mentioned is like a really fucked up situation over there. All right, yeah. uh, so I was actually doing this job in this particular company. Okay, yeah, and then after that COVID happened. All right, yeah. In 2020 COVID happened, and I lost my job. I came home. All right, yeah. Is this thing that I always wanted to be a kind of like a something filmmaker. I always wanted to be a creative work, but it's just like that na ki I just kind of like a something really thought that let's, like, if it really required me to money to get into Bombay and something, and then I start doing filmmaking career and something like that. This is my initial plan, but it failed very miserably. Okay, yeah. uh COVID happened. I came home, and like it was really fucked up. So I don't know what should I supposed to do. In that particular situation I decided one thing, and that thing is that I shouldn't supposed to do a job anymore. Why? Is this thing that like if I want to be a filmmaker, just be a filmmaker na. Okay, yeah. Why don't you kind of like simply go to the corporate, go to this job and that job and move to the Bombay, and then you do start filmmaking? Why don't you do that? Okay, yeah. Like whatever the things that you have, whatever the time or whatever the like things that you have, you could do this on here. Why don't you go to the Bombay and you will think that career will be start after you went to the Bombay? No, it's not na. So I was started doing kind of like a something like just short film. Okay, short film, travel video वगैरह by myself. By the way, at that time I don't really have any kind of like a something like idea to become a YouTuber, and YouTube nothing really at all. It's like basically is out of my mind. I never really consider that a YouTuber, never really at all. At that time I was kind of like a something like just uploading my content on the YouTube platform just for a showreel. Okay, yeah, showreel means like that ki, when you try to like my initial like go to the Bombay means like that, what is that, like go to the Bombay. My plan was that ki go to the Bombay and basically reach out to the ad agency. Okay, ad agency, they always really require kind of like something new people for doing this production, doing this creative work and something like that. Okay, yeah. So and basically all those people are actually start from this like ad agency. So I was kind of like a reach out to the creative director, okay, creative producer, and I kind of like a talk to them in the COVID, by the way, when I lost my job. And I tell him that I wanted to go come to the Bombay and something like that. But they mentioned that it's a COVID, okay, yeah, and we are not hiring any people. But there is a one thing you could do, okay, yeah, because you have this kind of like a something time of 1 year. You could create a show reel. Okay, in that particular show reel you have to make come something like short film, travel video, whatever it is. Okay, mostly short film. Okay, yeah. And share those link with us so that we could judge you regarding about what kind of like a capability that you have, and regarding about what kind of like a skills and capability that you have, we'll kind of like somebody hire you. So this kind of like something really good. Because of that it's a COVID, okay, they are not actually hiring any people. I am not really doing anything, so why don't I start doing this filmmaking? So I was kind of like making short film, making travel videos, making something like that. And I was kind of like sending my work to the people who are kind of like something as a ad agency people. Okay, it's cool, it's great. Okay, yeah. They actually mentioned that ki, yeah, you come to the home, you come to the Bombay, we will kind of like something hire you. But there is a one thing is that we will not provide you any accommodation. Okay, yeah, basically it's this thing, you have to live by yourself, you have to find the place by yourself. We just provide you particular job and that's it, and that job is kind of like some particular period of time and that's it. Okay, yeah. It's kind of like something just a contract base, and that contract base is over after a month, that's it. Okay, so yeah, within a month if you earn money, that's it, that's your money. And then after that, that's gone, you have to figure it out another job by yourself. So that is a kind of like something very fucked up thing. Like how do I supposed to? And as also is this thing, moving to the Bombay is also really kind of like a something problem, because it really required money, and I don't really have money. At least 1 lakh rupees per year, and I don't really have the money. So and I don't want to ask money to my father. So it's a really fucked up situation. Okay, yeah. Then somehow um, it's kind of like a something one production company reach out to me. Okay, yeah, they say your work is really good, really great, and you come to the Jaipur. Okay, so I went to the Jaipur. It's a kind of like a something really a bunch of people who is exactly like me. Okay, they are not kind of like something very professional, but they are kind of like something very enthusiastic people like me. Okay, and they are actually making short film, couple of short films, and I am kind of like a simply part of the crew. My work is that I have to record my audio and something like that. But when I went there, okay, I thought I am really pro in this thing, but I am not. Okay, I realized that the world is really fast over there. Okay, really fast, really something that like I can't cope up with the information that they are giving it to me. Okay, like basically I always wanted to be a filmmaker, but I never really learn about the filmmaking. I never really learn about what is actually filmmaking, what is actually short design, what is actually the audio. Like basically is this thing, my work is over there to record the audio of the actor that they are saying. Okay, yeah. And I'm really fuck at, like I don't know how do I use this kind of like a something mic, how do I attach the mic, how do I kind of like a do. It's kind of like a something just like out of my syllabus, and I am kind of like a something fucked up that I'm doing it. Okay, yeah. I stay there for almost like a week. Okay, yeah. By the way, they are not actually giving me any kind of like a something money, but they are actually mentioned that you are getting little bit of experience, and that experience is really matter to me. Okay, because in the end, this is kind of like a something as a resume, so that I could reach out to the Bombay and say that I work for this company, this is production house. But somehow this didn't really work out. This kind of like a something like I never really kind of like a something a person that I didn't really have that much information. I'm really fucked up, really bad, really bad. Okay, yeah. And when I kind of like a something interacting with those peoples and something like that, I always thought I have very less information about this thing, because those people are really pro in that particular thing. Okay, yeah. recording, like yeah, really pro. Okay, yeah. So uh like it's really important to understand what is actually the filmmaking. Okay, yeah. um so when I came home at July 2021. Okay, yeah. And I decided that ki let's improve by ourselves. Okay, like basically there is only one thing that I'm kind of like a something just running at, is that ki kind of like a something just be a filmmaking. But I did never really kind of like consider that ki what is actually filmmaking, what is actually this technique, and what is actually how do I supposed to do this thing. I don't know. Okay, yeah. So I came home. Okay, yeah. uh, and there is only one thing that kind of like a something will provide me that kind of like information plus experience. And what is that thing? Is thing YouTube. Okay, yeah. YouTube is a kind of like a something, is this thing that you have to do filmmaking by yourself with your mobile phone and something like that. Okay, yeah. um yeah, at the beginning you don't really have that kind of like a something money or instrument for making the film, but still you could make it. Okay, yeah. This kind of like a something add experience to you. Okay, and you could also understand about the filmmaking stuff too. So I came home at June July 2021. Okay, yeah. And at 1st of August 2021 I decided to be a YouTuber. Okay, yeah. Before that YouTube is not even kind of like something exists, nothing really at all. Yeah. But in August 2021 I decided to be a YouTube. And I was kind of like a something be a kind of like a making lot of film, like a short film, travel film vagera, mostly travel films. Okay, yeah. And basically is this saying that ki basically for making, for recording this video and something like that, it took me almost like a 15 days to make a one video, which is really not that good, because at the initial time you should supposed to be upload more and more. Okay, yeah. But I was not actually uploading more and more. It's a really fucked up thing. So I was like, but I'm bit really hopeful regarding about my work, because in the end my quantity is really not that good, but my quality is really good. Okay, yeah. So my editing was really good, my quality is really good, so that is good. So I was kind of like something. Okay, yeah. But I never really know what is exactly the content strategy, what is exactly the YouTube works. Okay, yeah. Because at the initial level I just only want to be a filmmaking, and that's it. Okay, yeah. I never really know what is actually filmmaking means. A lot of things like a storytelling, a short film, travel film, lot of thing. And I focus on travel film. So in the travel film you have to be very enthusiastic, very kind of like a something, be kind of like a something, I don't know. Okay, and like basically is this thing, being a YouTuber means kind of like a something really that representing some sort of emotions to your audience. Okay, yeah. I am not one of them. Like basically, I am very emotionless. Okay, emotionless means like that. Ki, I don't know. Like I never really kind of like a consider that to be kind of like a something be more funny. Like basically in YouTube platform now, mostly people are literally uh, grow when they are something really funny. When they have kind of like a something, how they are kind of like something information, like educational information or fun entertainment information, or like what kind of like something value that I'm providing to my audience, I am not really sure. Okay, I'm just kind of like simply making travel videos and that's it. Okay, and still, okay, it's not really that good. Okay, yeah. So it's been almost like a year I was actually making. Okay, I never really get that much growth. Okay, yeah. In March 2022, I kind of like something realized that the gaming content is a kind of like something very good. Okay, yeah. Because in the gaming content you shouldn't supposed to go anywhere at all. Okay, you have to record your gameplay and basically just do your dubbing, do your kind of like something, make fun or something like that. Okay, yeah. So basically gaming content is kind of like something very easy to me to make that content. Why? Because it's really easy to make. Because the travel filmmaking, it really required me to take almost like a 15 days or 2 week to understand everything. But still when I went into the gaming, it kind of like something very easy. Like basically I could create content within a 2 or 3 days. Okay, yeah. And as also the video is also became little bit of good, so I was kind of like consider that gaming content creation. So I was actually doing it that I from March 2022 to almost like March 2024, it's been almost like a 2 year I was actually doing the gaming, but it didn't really work out. Why? uh is this kind of like a something problem with your content? No, it's not. Oh yeah, by the way, my content was really good, but the problem is that na ki gaming content is a very oversaturated. Yeah, like basically it's a very easy to make. So there are a lot of people who are kind of like a something making gaming content, and I am actually competing with a lot of people. Okay, plus my gaming content is not providing fun. Okay, it's kind of like something engaging, but it's not fun. Okay, yeah. So almost like a 2 year of kind of like a something doing this YouTube thing, it didn't really work out. Okay, yeah. And basically I just kind of like a something just lost. Okay, yeah. And almost like a couple of like almost like 8 months ago I started doing this photography. Okay, yeah. By the way, it's kind of like a something simultaneously while doing gaming. Now I was doing this photography. Okay, yeah. And when I try to do those things photography, then people are liking it, people are kind of like loving it, I'm getting a little bit of views and something like that. So yeah, since then I'm doing this photography. Okay, yeah. And photography is also part of the filmmaking too, but still. So this is kind of like a something really I lost multiple time. Oh yeah. And I never really kind of like something blame of myself of everything. No, it's been kind of like I consider that it's a kind of like a something opportunity to learn. Okay, and I learn a lot of things regarding about me, regarding about everything. Okay, yeah. Like my initial plan was a filmmaking. Okay, like the things that I'm doing, will it be make me as a filmmaker? One day it will be, because photography and filmmaking is not really that kind of like a something very different. Somehow it kind of like a something equivalent to each other somewhat. Okay, yeah. And definitely I will be definitely a filmmaker. Okay, yeah. But it's kind of like a something, the transition between happened from this to that to job and something like that. I failed multiple time, I lost multiple time, I yeah. Okay. But I kind of like a something consider that a kind of like a learning curve. Okay, yeah. And I learned a lot of things. Okay, basically it's this thing. If you think that ki a 2.5 year of my job was kind of like a loss, but I never really considered that to be loss, because I learned something good, something that ki when I was doing a job, I was kind of like a sitting on the chair, sitting like a doing a job for almost like a 8 hour, 10 hour, constantly non-stop. Okay, yeah. It kind of like a giving me that habit to kind of like a sit in front of my desk and do my job. Okay, yeah. Because of that, I was kind of like a somebody doing my editing and something like that. Because before that, I was not really kind of like a something like a stuck into the bench for almost like a couple of hours. No, but it just like that this job is kind of like a something like a help me to kind of like a something do my work very efficiently. As also is this thing, when I was doing corporate job, I learn about people, I learn about what kind of like something people are, different kind of people, stuff and stuff like that. Okay, I have little bit information about the corporate world, how it work, how do I supposed to do those things. Yeah, it's kind of like a something I failure, but I had that experience, which is kind of like a something very important to me in the future. While I was doing gaming content, I realized that key, what is exactly the YouTube, what is exactly YouTube work, how this thing that, because I never really think about YouTube, I never really watch YouTube. Like basically is this thing, till 2020, I never, before 2020 I never really watch any kind of like a something YouTube videos. I probably watch some of the YouTube videos, but it's for fun, it's for kind of like a something as a viewer point of perspective. I never really consider that to be a kind of like a creator from the YouTube, and never really thought about that, nothing really at all. Okay, yeah. So it's a kind of like a something that key, um something like that key, I learned a lot of things from my failure, from my loss, from everything. Okay, yeah. And which kind of like a make me who am I, what am I. Like basically right now I am nothing. Okay, I'm not really earning any money, but I will be, like I have kind of like hopes and beliefs about things that I will be achieve, and it will be really good, it will be really great. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that is good, that is great. So basically is this thing, what I learn from my losses a lot. regarding about what is actually my life, what am I, what kind of like assembly value, what is actually my initial niche and everything. Okay, yeah. In the future, when I will face any kind of like something loss, will I be learn from it? Definitely, yeah, definitely. Because is this thing that ki I learned that ki you should supposed to be blame yourself instead of kind of like a moment or incident or kind of like a people. No, okay, if you blame yourself, then you kind of like a take responsibility of yourself, and somewhat that is kind of like a something good. Okay, yeah. So basically is this thing that ki this losses I learn from it, and it will gonna really help me a lot in the near future. All right, yeah. So this is kind of like a something losses that I'm being faced um, till now. Okay, yeah. And by the way, in the future I will be face lot of losses too. Okay, yeah. Because I never really consider that to be a kind of like a, if you want to be growth, you kind of like a something just kind of like ups and downs. Okay, yeah, it's a kind of like a something life, you will face ups and downs. Okay, yeah. And I believe that. Okay, yeah. uh you won't be able to grow until you make mistakes or until you get losses. Okay, yeah. So yeah. I, but I want to be little less little less make mistake. Okay, yeah, because making that kind of like a something mistake is kind of like a jeopardize money. Like at this time I don't really have that kind of like some money, but time. Okay, yeah, time is really essential. Like basically is this thing, I am 31 now. Okay, yeah. Like basically at this moment I should supposed to be get married, I should supposed to be have a kids and something like that. But right now I'm kind of like a something finding figuring out myself and earning any kind of like a something money, such as possible as I can. Okay, yeah. So I'm jeopardizing my time, which is really not that good. Okay, yeah. So yeah, but still I will try to make little less mistake and try to grow little more. All right. So this is it. I should supposed to be end here, and thank you.